with the sexually transmitted diseases. And we have discussed so far that these are the diseases which get transmitted through the sexual contact. Sexually transmitted diseases are caused by bacteria as well as viruses, but they can also be caused by other organisms like protozoans or chlamydia or fungi. The sexual transmitted diseases, if not properly treated, we said that if they are not properly treated on time, they can result into several problems like pelvic inflammatory diseases. It can lead to abortions and stillbirth. It can even lead to infertility in some severe cases. In the previous class, we have discussed some of these sexually transmitted diseases. We have discussed some of the diseases that are due to certain bacteria, for example, syphilis and gonorrhea. We have also discussed some of the major diseases caused by viruses like AIDS, genital herpes and genital warts. These were the diseases along with hepatitis B. These were the diseases caused by viruses, and most of the disease caused by viruses do not have any treatment. Whereas the other diseases can be treated by the use of proper antibiotics. Further, we are continuing our topic of sexually transmitted diseases. Here we are going to talk about the diseases that are being transmitted by chlamydia. So just like bacteria and viruses, chlamydia are also responsible for causing the sexual transmitted diseases. One of such disease causing organism is Chlamydia trachomatis. The name of the causative organism is Chlamydia trachomatis, and this is a pathogen which is an intracellular pathogen. Thus, it resides in your cells for a long time. So, it is an intracellular pathogen, a parasitic organism, and this will be responsible for urethritis in males. Urethritis is a condition in which there is swelling of urethra. So, urethra is going to swell. Epididymitis, it is the swelling of epididymis region. So, painful will be the region of the testicles. Yellow mucus and pus discharge will be observed. Even fallopian tubes get inflamed in the case of the females. So, in the case of females will be having an unusual vaginal discharge. There will be discharge of some yellow mucus-like substance along with the pus cells. Whereas in the case of males, there will be swelling in the urethra, inflammation in the urethra as well as in the epididymis. The incubation time of this organism is just 1 week, and therefore in a duration of 1 week, these symptoms will be observed. So that was a sexual transmitted disease caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Further, we talk about the disease that is being caused by protozoans. Now, protozoans are responsible for causing several diseases, out of which some we have discussed previously, like amoebiasis, right, caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Here also we are going to talk about some of the sexually transmitted disease caused by the protozoans. So the first disease caused is trichomoniasis. The name of the disease is trichomoniasis, and it is caused by Trichomonas vaginalis. The name of the organism responsible for causing this disease is Trichomonas vaginalis, and this is having the effect on both males and females. Trichomonas vaginalis infects in both males as well as in the females. In the case of females, it is responsible for the swelling of the vagina, and this is known as vaginitis. So the vaginal passage gets inflamed, gets painful and gets swelled. Another thing that happens is there is a foul smelling discharge. Females will be having some yellow type of discharge, and that also will be not smelling good. So foul smelling discharge as well as burning sensation in the vagina will be observed. So any of the burning sensation in vagina, or there is discharge, unusual discharge in the female vaginal passage, in all such cases there can be a condition in which Trichomonas vaginalis has been infecting your body. Burning sensation will be observed in the vaginal passage. In the case of males, for males, the causative organism leads to urethritis and epididymitis. Urethritis is the urethra gets inflamed, and epididymitis means the epididymis gets inflamed in the case of males. So though the name is Trichomonas vaginalis, it infects equally males as well as in the females. The another disease caused by protozoan is the amoebiasis. हमने पहले पढ़ा है कि अमीबाइसिस जो है वो फीकल कंटामिनेशन या तो फूड, कंटामिनेटेड फूड से पास होता है फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू अनदर. But there are cases where the causative organism Entamoeba histolytica also gets transmitted sexually from one organism, one human to another infected one. So infected to another normal person, this organism can pass, and the causative organism is known as Entamoeba histolytica. Now this organism lives in the large intestine of the humans. So where is it observed? In the large intestine it is going to be observed, and there will be pain in the abdomen. Pain in the abdomen region, constipation, fever, these all are going to be the symptoms of amoebiasis. Because the organism is going to reduce the rate of digestion and absorption and is going to survive as a parasite in the intestines. And therefore it can happen that it might lead to constipation also. However, it can be treated, but it is very important because it gets transmitted through contaminated food also, as well as it is transmitted through a sexual contact. Another such disease caused by protozoan is giardiasis. Giardiasis is a disease caused by Giardia lamblia. The name of the organism is Giardia lamblia, and this organism also survives in the intestines of the humans. So it survives in human intestine, and the parasite will be interfering with the absorption and the digestion of the food. जो भी इंटेस्टाइन में फूड है वो प्रॉपरली ना ही डाइजेस्ट हो पाएगा और ना ही एब्जॉर्ब हो पाएगा in the case of giardiasis. As there is improper digestion, it will lead to gastric pain and abdominal pain. So pain in the stomach, pain in the upper region of the stomach, which is called epigastric pain, and there will be pain in the whole abdomen region. It may also lead to diarrhea and discomfort. So diarrhea, discomfort, constipation sometimes, or even gastric pain, inability of absorption, these all things are going to happen if a person suffers from giardiasis. Again, giardiasis is also transmitted by contaminated food only, but it can also be transmitted through the sexual contact. So here are the diseases caused by chlamydia and the disease caused by protozoans. So till now we have discussed disease caused by bacteria, disease caused by viruses, diseases caused by chlamydia, and the disease caused by the protozoans. Next we are going to talk about the disease caused by nematodes and by fungus. So far we have talked about the sexually transmitted diseases which are caused by bacteria, which are caused by viruses, chlamydia and protozoans. Further we are going to discuss that some of the sexually transmitted diseases are also caused by nematodes. So nematodes are those organisms which may cause a sexually transmitted disease. For example, Enterobius vermicularis. The name of the positive nematode is Enterobius vermicularis. Now this is the organism which will be a nematode which will be entering into the body, and it will be responsible for itching of the anal region. So itching is observed at the anus as well as the colon, that is mucous membrane of the colon as well as appendix will be getting inflamed. So mucous membrane of these structures, right, mucous membrane of colon, or you can say large intestine, is going to be swelled, is going to be inflamed. Moreover, swelling is also observed in the region of the appendix. This organism, if present in the body, it might also lead to nausea, abdominal pain and diarrhea. So abdominal pain and diarrhea are very common symptoms of the entrance of this nematode. However, this nematode can enter through any other means also, but one of the way is that it can enter through the sexual contact. The next is the STDs caused by arthropods. Many arthropods are found as ectoparasites on humans or on other organisms. So here also some of the sexual transmitted diseases caused by arthropoda, but actually it is what? It is caused by a sexual contact also as well as by any other means. So first disease is scabies. Scabies is a disease caused by Sarcops scabies. The name of the organism is Sarcops scabies. So this is the organism which enters in the body because the mode of transmission is through the mites. So small mites, when they are present on our skin, they will be responsible for intense itching and patches on the skin. This can be transmitted through use of towels or bed sheets of any other infected person. So the name of the disease is scabies. The causative organism is Sarcops scabies, and it might result into intense itching and patches on the skin. So red patches will be observed on the skin, at the genital regions also they will be observed, even on the scalp they will be observed, right? So any of the thing which is used by infected person should not be transmitted to the another one. The causative organism for spreading this disease is the mites. The next disease is pediculosis. The name of the disease is pediculosis. Now this is caused by Trias pubis. The name of the organism is Trias pubis, and it will also be responsible for painful itching and red patches on the skin, particularly found in the pubic region. So pubic hairs are the sites where these organisms will be laying their eggs. Okay, so it is very important to maintain a clean and hygienic genitals, and over here through the sexual contact it can happen that from one partner it might spread to the another partner, and the arthropod which is living in the pubic hair might lay the eggs even on the another partner during a sexual contact, and these eggs will be infesting the human or infesting the organism and thereby causing the disease. So this disease is pediculosis. The next disease is sexually transmitted disease caused by yeast. So fungus is also responsible for causing some of the sexually transmitted diseases. The most common fungus which causes this disease is Candida albicans. The name of the organism is Candida albicans, and Candida albicans can be found in colon, mouth as well as vagina. It can be present in colon, it can be present in mouth or even in the vagina. It results into painful inflammation. The region of the vagina gets swelled, it gets inflamed, there is thick discharge which is released out from the vagina, and also in males it might result into inflammation of the urethra. So urethral passage gets swollen, vaginal passage can get swollen, or there might be thick unusual discharge from the vagina of the female. So hereby students, we have discussed about all the sexually transmitted diseases. So next we are going to talk about the other assisted reproductive techniques which can be used for overcoming the problems related with the pregnancy.